What's going on, folks? How are ya? You know, something funny happened on the way to the coffee kiosk this morning. Well, several things. But we'll start off with this first thing. Because it's really interesting. I talk about this all the time. I always talk about these types of people that we deal with in this world. And so every day of my life is like I'm doing an experiment, right? And I'm testing the waters every day, right? And it's not safe to drink, folks. So I'm on my way to the kiosk this morning, starting the day off and everything, and, trying to get me a cup of coffee, just like everyone else in the world. And so I go into this particular store that I go in, and, I see a guy over there, getting some coffee or messing around with something. So then he goes to another part of the store. I don't know what he was doing. But, as I was coming up, I said good morning to him, and to which he shrugged his shoulders off and just gave me a look up and down and didn't respond. And okay, fair. I live in a world full of assholes. I'm expecting this every day. So I just go about my business. And so I grabbed me a coffee cup from this store. And I'm probably not going to go to the store again, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Grab this coffee cup, and I see a bunch of bugs come out of like the back wall, right? Where they shelve the cups and stuff. And so that was really disgusting. So as the guy was coming back, I think he went and grabbed a bagel. I don't know what he did. He went and grabbed something, but he was on his way back over to the coffee thing. Mind you, this is the same guy whom I greeted, right? Person to person. I don't know this guy. I'm just saying hello, just in passing or something. I'm in your way, you're in my way, okay? But this person was rude. So fair enough, like I told you guys. So, I was about to try to tell him. Well, I found myself trying to get his attention, to which he ignored me some more. Now, we're grown-ups, we're grown adults. This guy was well over 50 years old. And this is the foolishness I talk about. It doesn't matter how old a person is, folks. If they had a bad upbringing or, they have some psychological issues, they're going to behave like a crazy person because they are crazy, right? So I'm trying to tell this guy, about the bugs on the back wall, right, that he may want to take a look at before he gets a cup of coffee, but he was ignoring me. So what is one to do, folks? I simply threw my cup in the trash, and, I think I went to the door and looked back for one moment and just glanced at the guy, shook my head, and just went on about my day, got some coffee somewhere else, long story short. Several other things happened, but the point I'm trying to make to you folks is that sometimes your rude behaviors will be the reason why you face a situation. Now, what do I mean by that? I've seen situations, you got that lady driving in traffic, her tire's flat, or, her light is out, or something's going on that could, impair her vehicle or put her in a situation where, she's going to get in an accident or something. You're trying to be helpful because she's a person, right? You're trying to look at other humans as people, right? Rationally, right? So this lady's driving along or something, and you're saying, hey lady, your tire's flat or something, and she just looks at you and turns her head because for whatever her reason is, maybe how her mind is structured, maybe some of the things that were put in her mind at a certain point in her life, maybe there's some things about her safety. Whatever these things are, they're psychological things that impair people and keep them from dealing with the real world and getting the best out of the real world, right? So what do you do in these situations? Do you chase the lady through traffic, through several lights, and scream her name out of the window and, put a banner up in the sky for her or something? Do you do these things? Or do you just go about your days like I did with the coffee, right? Because, assholes are going to be assholes. So in the end, the thing that she's getting disenfranchised about is really on her own doing, right? When she gets down that road and she's somewhere by a cornfield or something and her tires are flat and she doesn't have anybody to help her, or, she doesn't have AAA access or something, what is she going to do? See? And she'll think about it. That guy was trying to tell me something, right? So the foolish nature of people is what keeps them from, getting ahead in life in certain ways. right? That's just one of those sad situations. But you know, so I'm talking about the people of the world who literally, we talk about the workplace. Got to bring that up. And you see these people at work every day. They're the people you see in the store. See, that guy was on his way to work or something, right? He's going to get into his office or wherever he's going because he probably thought he was somebody based on how he was dressed and his behavior, his demeanor. Uppity, right? Breathing the same air I'm breathing, right? And everyone else in the store, but somehow he's exalted from the rest of us. And that's fair, okay? Because you'll get what you got coming to you. I'm telling you, buddy, right? But these anal people, and I like to use that term, every single day at work, right? You'll find these people at your job, and they play a lot of games. We always talk about this every day. The games affect you in ways that you have to work on strategies in your own minds, right? But then you come to a place where you realize that assholes are going to be assholes. So you just figure out ways to eliminate your interactions because you have to do that, right? In this world, unless you're one of them, unless you're a flying monkey or you're demonic or something, if you're a decent person, you just want to stay away from these people. I hear this all the time in my videos, in the comment sections about people who go through the same thing, similar things I went through for years in my life, right? It drove me out of that place, right? Or those places. Some of you are looking to, for your exit and work on those plans, But what makes, let's talk about this today. What makes people the way they are? And I keep telling you the impressionations that young people get, right? Sins of the father, so to speak. If your dad is a fucking anal asshole, who's entitled, petulant, and were all of these things his whole life, and then he has a family, and you probably grew up with a silver spoon or something great about your life that you feel is great, which is really nothing, but and so really he's your role model. If your dad was Adolf Hitler, right? When he came home for dinner, you thought he was the greatest dad in the world, right? You didn't ask him about all of the evil atrocities and things that he had done, over the years or something like that, because he was your dad. It didn't matter to you. And so really, the things that maybe his characteristics probably rubbed off on people. I'm just using an example, right? That the crazy people of the world raise children. They get to go to work. They get to have a job. They get to do a lot of things, okay? And because they're mentally dysfunctional in many, many ways, they're not going to raise healthy children. If you folks think that a batshit crazy person is capable of raising a child, right, then you're crazy. So I just want you guys to understand that, if you take it to a clinical level, it'll be easier to deal with these people in life, right? You're not taking it personally. Remember, folks, I have great friends. I'll just put it like that. I have great friends. So when I'm talking to a shit-wiping, nose-sliveling asshole, I really don't feel one way or another when this person treats me disrespectfully or something, other than what I'm trying to get done. If you're going to block me from in traffic, or if you're going to do something that's going to keep me from, productively moving forward with something I need to do, then we're going to have a problem. But other than that, I can just blow it off because you're not worth it. I know that you personally have some mental issues. I'm looking at them. You can say what you want, but healthy people don't act in this fashion, right? I'm not perfect, folks. I've never proclaimed myself to be, but what I'm saying is some of the basic things about behavior. I have a grasp on these things. I understand, by looking in the mirror, because that's the technique I'm telling you guys to use. When I look at myself, I think, well, how would I feel in that situation? And that helps me greatly not disenfranchise another person. It's really simple as that. But when you have psychological problems, when you were raised by fools, what can you do, folks? Right? You got to understand that narcissists at your job, whether they're your boss or your coworkers, have psychological problems. Literally. They literally should be in a physician's office somewhere getting looked at because they have mental issues, right? A psychiatrist or something. I'm just trying to show you something. right? And many of you will make excuses for these people because in your mind, up is down and down is up. Because you're crazy too. So you don't think there's anything wrong with that. You people are really two-faced. I've seen a lot of this stuff. I could not, one of the things I could not stomach about work environments. You know, it's not about, you know, we're not children. We're just there to do a job and go home. But when I work with someone and they're consistently talking to me or coming to me and behaving as if we're buddies or something, male and female, okay? And then on another day, when other people come around, they act completely different. Like they don't even speak to you, right? And it's really so rude that it's almost grossly rude. You know what I'm saying? Because you're sitting there going, who is this person? Does this person have multiple personalities? But yeah, they do. Some of them do, folks. You see what I mean? Should you be someone's boss if you have multiple personality disorder or something? Should you be a person's boss? Are you grounded enough to make rational decisions every day in the day-to-day operations? Now, who's hiring you, folks? Who looked at you and could not look into your two little beady, crazy ass eyes and think this person is batshit crazy, right? Someone who's very similar to you, right, has the same ideas and ambitions in life and stuff. Want to be somebody so bad. A lot of you have low self-esteem, and it's on a level where you're hurting so badly that you just do the most ridiculous things in the name of your emotions. This is why I talk about humans and stuff, and I tell you that there's something psychologically wrong with the planet. Everything that we have that we consider a big problem for us is not really a big problem. It's just a matter of someone if they stop behaving in certain ways, right? If you're greedy, if there's some type of issue where people are overtaxing you, well, maybe the people should stop being greedy, right? Because one day it won't matter anyway. Remember, if you think you're powerful because you're rich, when money doesn't exist anymore, right, and you're not laying the law down because the law will be laid down to you, when that day comes, you know, you're going to want someone's mercy, and you're not going to get it. I'm telling you right now, I look at this every day because you're fools. You think you have all the time in the world, right? You can behave and do whatever you want. But all of the things that happen in this world to other people, to you, right, are done by the hands of a fool, right? So if you got someone who wants to commit a violent act on a group of people or something, right, because that person is mentally disturbed, you can't even go about your day. You have to, you know, you could be on a flight. We saw that 9/11 situation. You will be one of these people calling home, telling your family and loved ones that this may be the last time you ever see them again. All behind another person's foolishness. So really, it takes a radical action, folks. It takes slapping somebody upside the head in a certain type of way. If that means laws or whatever way, the craziest of us need to be, you know, quarantined or corralled somewhere. And I'll say quarantine because they have a sickness. I'll just use that word. Just like a disease or something. A mental disease. The people with mental diseases make it unsafe for everyone else in the world, right? You don't believe me? What am I going to say? You're a fucking fool, right? Because so many of you are fools. And it's disgusting. I mean, I really just don't understand this. There has to be a reset. Now, with some of the things I know about this world and understand, have come to be enlightened about, I get it. The world we're in, or the world as you know it we're in, right? The status quo will be over. Done. Okay? And then all you people will have are your consciousnness, right? Your ability to be a good person or, you know, or whatever. This is all you'll have in this world after you take away money and pride and all of the foolishness that makes people hurt other people and step on other people. The ego. So rocket ships, when I talk about the rocket ship, I'm literally talking about all of the people that should go on that ship. Doesn't matter what race they are, because in every race you can find foolishness. And you people don't even understand on higher levels, there is no such thing as racism. You're stupid. You're literally stupid. Everything you do is about your emotions and your selfishness. Ha! You know? So this guy probably had a a nice, roach flavored cup of coffee this morning. And I hope it was good for you, guy, right? So you guys, look at my face. Yeah, I'm that guy. I was trying to tell you that there were roaches on the wall, right? Running all over those cups and stuff. But couldn't be bothered with me. I'm just a peasant, right? And that's the funny thing about life. The fucking fools of the world have the gall to always think themselves exalted over people with rational minds, right? See, you guys probably don't know the heavens. If you're sitting here treating people and doing certain things, the heavens aren't going to open up to you. See, for a while, I couldn't figure it out. And to this day, I still can't figure it out. But I'm very humbly thankful to God for everything he has shown me and blessed me with. Right? So I live my days trying to do the right thing. Even when I have a bad day, even when I'm upset, I try to go back and reconcile with God about these things. Because God is real and I know God. Literally. Okay? And when you know these things, you can go and govern yourselves in such a way because you have already seen the other side. You consistently see it. You people are lost. You don't know what the other side is about. So you live your lives in doubt and fear and all of these things because you don't know if you're going to go, be a candidate for the heavens or you're going to be a candidate for that other place. Now, most of you in this world who are going to be destroyed in this new world, right? Where are you going? Right? You've already done enough dirt in this physical material lifetime. How good are you for the heavens? You're not equipped for the heavens, are you? Because you're selfish and all of these things. So just imagine when you don't have a body anymore and you're just consciousness, right? If you were nothing but low-level ego and low-level emotion and jealousy and anger and all of the foolishness that comes with low-level people that make a low-level world, how are you going to succeed in other places? Because you think this is all there is. I'm telling you it's not, right? You can take my word or you can just, wait to find out. Keep living doing some of the things you're doing in life and living the ways you're living, and you'll find out soon enough. And there is no return, right? When I say that, because nothing dies in the universe, when I say no return, I mean there is no return, meaning that when you go to certain places, you go down a rabbit hole, right? And it's so hard to find the light once you go down in these rabbit holes. That's why you hold on to God. When God comes to you, hold on to him because you know better. I look at people every day and I try to ask God in my heart. I say, God, please humble my heart because I don't want to be like them. And then that'll ruin my situation, right, with God. But I know that you're fools. I mean, I really know. And sometimes in my heart, I loathe you people. I really loathe you because I know that you're so ignorant and stupid that you're going to get what's coming to you. I watch you every day do the most evil, foolish things, right? You mean to tell me that you're sitting, by a glass door somewhere, someone's trying to get in, the door's locked, to some public building or something, and you can clearly see that the person has stuff in their hands or something, and you just ignore them because, I'm too good to go get the door for people. I'm somebody, right? And it's funny because I love to hear you sing this song to God one day. Look at God, face God and tell God how great you were and how rich you were and exalted you are and, how much better you are than other people and you're this race and you're this or that. You're breathing air. So that right there by default should humble you, right? Because gods don't breathe air. I know the gods. They don't breathe air, folks, right? If when you start living for billions of years, right, and never change how you look or anything like that, yeah, you're doing a little something, right? And you people just don't get that. You don't get it. You live this life and you just don't make the best of this life because you're so busy self-serving your own fucking egos. So the next time, and I'll cut this short. Next time you're in the store, be courteous to people. Right? The next time someone taps your shoulder, maybe you may want to listen to what they have to say before you make a conclusion about why they're trying to get your attention. Maybe your tire's flat. Maybe there's roaches all in the coffee. You get what I'm saying? Right? So tell me how that coffee was, guy. Was it, what kind of blend was that? How did it taste? Hope it was good. Nice and hot. you know. And I don't want to laugh, but I have to laugh because what would you guys do if you saw someone be an asshole in the commission of trying to get a cup of coffee, right? And you're trying to let them know something, and they look at you funny and treat you a certain way unreasonably. What do? Do you bask in the fact that, and you shouldn't do that, but do you just get a grin on your face? Shouldn't you just do that? All right, y'all. Let me get on out of here. Pick up my book, I Love Bad Behavior, because it's talking about bad behavior. Bad behavior is behavior that is not good. It's really simple, right? Being discourteous to people, being rude to people, you know, being conspiratorial, backstabbing, two-faced, all of the things, the low-level characteristics that keep the world from moving forward. The reason why we have wars, the reason why we have conflict. Okay. ThinkBehavior.info is my website. Pick the book up on Amazon as well. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And have a good day. And we'll talk soon. Y'all take care.